What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Legit Whiskey Reviews, and today I'll be reviewing Old Forester 1910. This is 93 proof, so 46.5% ABV, and this one comes as part of the Whiskey Row series, which 1920 is another one that is part of the Whiskey Row series. So what were they going for this one here? This is the Old Fine Whiskey. So in 1910, the distillery had a fire, a pretty big fire, and they had to immediately stop production. They had to stop bottling, etc. So in the meantime, they had a vat of whiskey that was ready to be bottled, but as production and bottling stopped, they hadn't to put it in another barrel. So it's kind of like what started the whole double barrel thing. And once they got the whiskey out of the barrel, they noticed that there was a profile change. So that's kind of like what they were aiming for here. This is another product that's double barreled. I really enjoy a lot of double barrel products. One being the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked is one of my favorites as well. So this one, they age it for a certain amount of time, and then they re-barrel it in another barrel that's heavily charred, and then they age it for 6 months to a year longer, and you get the final product here. So yeah, I really enjoy this whiskey as well. I had it open for a while, and I was just sitting there thinking, you know, this is kind of an impromptu review because I was just sitting there thinking, I've done blinds on this. I have an episode where I did a blind head-to-head with the Woodford Double Oak, but I've never sat down and actually reviewed this on its own on the channel. So what better time than any to just sit down and review this whiskey here. So let's get into it. So right away, I get a lot of desserty flavors coming through on the nose. It's just extremely sweet, a lot of brown sugar, a lot of vanilla, and these are full rich notes that I'm getting here. There's a little bit of spice coming through. There's even a little bit of chocolate coming through on the nose. And this is really creamy on the nose. I'm even getting like a quick hint of a marshmallow note coming through. There's a cherry note coming through as well. So as you guys can tell, there's a lot coming through on the nose here. Very, very inviting nose, and very desserty on the nose. Just a lot of sweet, full, rich notes coming through. Ah, smells so good. All right, now let's try it on the palate. Cheers. Wow. Again, there's a good cherry note coming through here. That brown sugar, vanilla, caramel, all coming through on the palate as well. And then I'm getting a good amount of spiciness, a good amount of oak. That charred oak is definitely coming through. And then on the finish, something very unique. Like I'm getting that chocolate like I described on the nose, but it's more than a chocolate. The more it lingers, I'm getting like if you guys have ever tried the coffee candy that has like chocolate and coffee, that's exactly what I'm getting on the finish on the palate. It's just lingering there, and it's like not hard to discern. It's like a clear like chocolate coffee finish, which tastes amazing. So you know, on the palate, this is super rich, very creamy, and all the notes that came through on the nose are definitely coming through on the palate even more. I really like that finish with the chocolate, the coffee, and a good amount of spice. Just very super interesting and very balanced as well. Let's go again. I really like that oak coming through on the palate as well. It's like a chocolate oak. It's not a sweet oak, but it's not like bitter or tannic. It's heading more in that direction, but with that chocolate mixed in with the oak, it's definitely not off-putting, and it keeps it like very balanced. I really like the very creamy, rich, full notes that are coming through on this. So, you know, this one retails for right around the $50 to $55 mark. So although it is a lower proof than the other one from the Whiskey Row series, the 1920, they're right around the same price. This one's maybe like $5 less, and that one's a higher proof at 115. Although this one's pretty pricey for the proof, it's definitely well worth it. And I feel like in this case, the proof does not matter at all, because you're gonna get plenty of flavors. You're gonna get an enjoyable experience. I even recommend this for beginner whiskey drinkers, because I feel like that sweet, all the sweet notes that come through make it more inviting for someone just getting into whiskey. And like I said, that while it is very spicy, that the burn that you get and then the amount of alcohol in it keeps it okay for a beginner just getting into whiskey. So in my book, you know, this is totally well worth it, super enjoyable, and something that I always keep around because it never disappoints. It's kind of like the 1920. The 1920 is one of those that I always keep around because it's, oh, you know what you're gonna get every single time. Super enjoyable. So I'm gonna give this an A. It's totally well worth it. And if you guys have not tried it, you're really missing out, and you should try it. If you see it, pick it up. You won't be disappointed. So if you like my content, remember to smash that like button. Remember to subscribe. You can catch me on Instagram at LegitWhiskeyReviews, and keep it legit and do it for the love of whiskey. Cheers.